everybody, and welcome to the Virtue Arena in Newcastle for tonight's European North Basketball League group game between the visitors from Greece, IRAKLIS, and the hometown Newcastle Eagles. This is IRAKLIS' fourth game in the competition. They're currently sitting with a 3 wins and 0 losses record, and it's the Eagles' third game, and they haven't won yet. They've lost both the games, and one of those games they lost was on November the 5th in Greece against IRAKLIS, where they lost by 85-71. As ever, alongside me, I have Dave Elligan. Dave, your first thoughts, please.
Well, you've mentioned the win-loss situations of the two teams. This is very different to the Eagles' performance in the ENBL last year. So far, they found it very tough. They're averaging 70 points a game, but they're conceding 88 on average in their games. And tonight's going to be no difference. I think they've probably strengthened their team since the 14-point win in Thessalonica. And I watched that game, and it felt at times, in terms of you don't win anything without defense, but also you need to score points. And most of that game, it was a 3v3 contest in terms of points. They had Thunderberg on 17, Justin Wright-Foreman on 32, and Dimitris Morietis on 12, and nobody else really got anywhere near double figures. And from the Eagles, again, it was just 3 players getting over 10 points again. Dion Hammond 14, Maceo Jack 23, and Rayshon Taylor 20. So they will definitely be looking for other people to step up tonight. Obviously, the visitors have now got Chris Smith, who wasn't fit for that first game, and I believe you've got some information on a new signing as well, which can only help to strengthen their team and probably make Eagles play it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, just in the last week, the IRAKLIS signed another American. He signed Justin Edler Davis. Now, this is a name that we know because he played for last year's ENBL champions, CSO Voluntari of Romania, and scored 16 points and took 11 rebounds in the final against Newcastle. He did sign for Hamburg in the Bundesliga in Germany pre-season, but he never played for them, and he's obviously been picked up by IRAKLIS as well. One of the Americans for IRAKLIS, Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, he isn't here tonight. I don't know if he's not available or whether he's been cut to make way for Elder Davis. And you mentioned Chris Smith. Chris Smith, of course, didn't play in the first game. He was injured. Now, I'm looking out there, Dave, and unfortunately, I didn't see them coming out, and I don't know whether Chris Smith was mentioned or not. I'm just looking across at the bench to see whether Chris Smith is there. And
I think I saw Chris Smith warming up. I think he wears number 5. If he wears number 5, he was definitely warming up.
Right. Well, we'll go with the fact that we're still waiting for the Greek starting 5. I can give you Newcastle's starting 5 in the meantime. And also a little bit of team news about Newcastle. Newcastle have signed, now whether they've signed them permanently or whether they've just signed them for tonight, because they're missing 2 players or 3 players from their normal roster. But they've signed a British guard from Newcastle, Max Matthews. He wears number 4. He's a new signing for the Eagles, at least for tonight, if not for the future. But they're without the injured Marco Anthony, and also Gus Okafor, who's done really well since he come in to Newcastle. He's also missing tonight through injury. And there is no Malcolm Smith either. And this is only a rumour. I can't give you any more than it's his 3rd or even possibly 4th hand. Malcolm Smith may well have left the club altogether, but he's certainly not out there tonight. That is for certain. So the Eagles have got a 9-man roster, and I say one of those is Max Matthews, who will be on the bench. Eagles will start with Maceo Jack, Rayshon Taylor, Dion Hammond, Emmanuel Conway, and Cole Long. And as I say, we're just currently waiting to see what the Greek side is that's going to start.
Well, I think that's an interesting starting 5, and my attention's drawn straight away to Rayshon Taylor, because over in Greece, if I remember rightly, Mitch Clark started at the point and Rayshon Taylor came off the bench, and quite effectively as well. He was a good good punch off the bench, scoring 20 points. I thought that the player who caused them most problems in the leg in Greece was Maceo Jack. And I'm pretty sure in their training sessions they'll have been working out what they're going to do about Maceo Jack. But most of the attention in the Eagles camp will be the fact that the American shooting guard hit 32 on them. So, you know, Justin Wright Foreman, 32 points. I mean, and also this team got promoted last year to the Greek top league. So they're used to tough competition. And he's averaging pretty good average in that league as well.
So I've got the starting 5 now for the Greek side. And we said Chris Smith. His name is Chris Sean Smith. Sometimes he uses Chris. Tonight I've noticed on the box score they've actually got him down as Sean Smith, and he's actually in the starting 5. So they start with number 0, DJ Funderburg. Number 3, Justin Wright Foreman. Number 5, Sean Smith. Number 10, Dimitri Moriartis. And number 16, the Canadian, Cole Silas. That's their starting lineup, and they're about to come out. And we're just looking at that starting 5. A slight surprise in that Cole Silas is in there. Normally, Kostas Kampouris quite often starts for them just to establish a little bit of inside play. But Dave mentioned Justin Wright Foreman there before. I mean, he had an incredible game. He hit 6 of 7 from three-point range, 32 points in all.
Yeah, I mean, he is a threat, but I really like the guard who starts for them. I think he's a real quality player. And number 0 caused the Eagles a lot of problems. He works so well without the ball. Crafty player, gets involved in pick and roll, seems to disappear, and suddenly he's wide open under the basket.
And if you want, Dave's just mentioned there, if you want a gauge of how good this Greek side is, Moriartis, the captain, Dimitri Moriartis, is actually the Greek national starting point guard. So, you know, the Greek number 6 in the world, you know, and you got the captain of IRAKLIS is also a full Greek international. We know the Greek league is also very strong. So Eagles got their work cut out tonight, but they've got the first offense, won the tip, and got the end line ball, but Cole Long there has just stepped out of bounds and turned the ball over. And Moriartis is pointing at Chris, well, I'm going to call him Sean Smith because that's what he's known as on the box score. Smith inbounds to Moriartis, and we're off and running for IRAKLIS. Funderburg, Wright Foreman, guarded by Maceo Jack. Gives it to Moriartis. Moriartis attacks the basket, swings it out. Silas from the corner is too long. Cole Long comes up with a rebound. Maceo Jack kicks it out. Hammond goes inside. Lovely move by Hammond. Reverse layup as well. 2 points for the Eagles. The other end, here's Wright Foreman going to Taylor. Equals it up, levels the scores 2 each. Very lively Greek contingent of supporters in there as well.
Foreman showing he's more than just a three-point shooter. That was a tough penetration to basket. Because defensive play did every single thing he could to stop him getting to basket. Most disappointing thing for me tonight, Jeff, is that you know, they've been added to their team, and I was hoping that the Eagles would be able to roll out Gus Okafor tonight, because he's quietly getting on with life in SPL, averaging 18 points a game. Yeah,
he's done very well since he come, hasn't he? He didn't have a particularly good game out in Greece, but you know, he wasn't really acclimatized with his team. He has Jack going in, good defense by Silas. Taylor just misses the 3.
An early indication about this game's going to be called. A lot of contact allowed, which is good, you know. No too many breaks of play.
Moriartis out in Greece had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 7 steals and 7 assists. Excellent game he had. There's Smith turning on the byline and actually reversely up again.
Yeah, super smooth move. You can see that he's going to be an addition to this. So it's all about what is Justin Elder Davies going to give to them. Elder
Davis hasn't actually played. He's only signed last week, but he has practiced with the team, both in Greece and obviously here. Moriarty seeing a lot of the ball. What a nice pass to Silas. Good pass inside, and Thunderberg thunders it home for two.
This was the point I made. He gets involved in a putting with his point guard, then he suddenly slides away. The next thing you know, he's under the basket. That's exactly what happened there.
Long, rangy and athletic. Maceo Jack for three is no good. Smith takes the rebound, gives it straight to Moriarty. He's definitely the man, isn't he? He's definitely the floor general. Oh, what a great pass there. Bounce pass in between two players, and Smith makes it two. That's 8 unanswered for the Greeks.
Yeah, I mean, he has played one game, hasn't he, since they played the Eagles. I think he averaged something, I think he got 11 points in that game.
Yeah, Chris Smith, he's played one game in this competition, but he's also played domestically. He was just injured.
Nice move there by Canway. Pity he couldn't finish, but that was a lot down to Smith.
That's going to be a foul by Cole Long, holding on.
There's no point playing.
Well, Mark Stootle's seen something he doesn't like already.
Yeah,
Mitch Clark coming on for Rayshon Taylor.
Number 0, DJ Thunderberg. If he's going to play that sort of role, then he's got to be played at least halfway around, or possibly even fronted. Otherwise, he's going to cause all sorts of problems as this game goes on.
Well, the Greeks are already moving the ball very well. Moriarty has missed that. Hammond it up well to get the rebound. He brings it away and gives it over halfway to Maceo Jack. Jack to Long for three is too long. Wright Foreman takes the rebound. Eagles feels as if the Eagles have got to score almost every time down, because these Greeks aren't going to miss much. Well, there you go. Wright Foreman missed the three, but a fantastic inside rebound by Thunderberg, and a timeout by Mark Stootle, and we will go to an advert. Okay, so Eagles call an early timeout, conceded 10 points in a row. It's not hard to understand that Mark Stootle wants to get into his players. No,
I mean, the three key players from points, Thunderberg, Justin Wright Foreman, Demetrius Moriarty, are the ones who are setting this game alight at the moment. You know, I mean, Justin Wright Foreman is a tremendous threat because he's such a good three-point shooter. But the guy who makes this team play is Moriarty.
Yeah, absolutely. But talking about Wright Foreman, obviously he actually did get drafted and played very briefly for the Utah Jazz in the NBA. That's the standard in Greek basketball.
Yeah, I think
Maceo Jack shakes and bakes, but it's stolen by Silas. Silas is an interesting player starting. You look at his numbers, you would think that he probably wouldn't get much of a start. You know, he only averages 2 points and 2.3 rebounds, but obviously it's for balance as much as anything.
Well, you know, let's look at the facts here. These guys been promoted to the top Greek league. That is one of the toughest leagues in the world. You've got your, you know, Olympiakos, you've got Panathinaikos, you've got the two main teams out of the city they're in PAOK and Aris. Years ago, when Sunderland were this franchise, they played Aris, and it was a really tough game.
It's proven very tough at the moment for the Eagles. The IRAKLIS players thought that was their ball, and the captain actually called for a replay, but the coach just waved it off. At 10-2, I don't think he wants to waste a replay. 8 points up. Sove Kande, who's come on. He just misses his first
So
three.
I've talked about those 3 key players, and we can't ignore the fact that Smith's going to make a positive contribution to this team.
Well, look how tough there that was for Ray Foreman. I mean, we mentioned his 3-point shooting. He's made 2 tough 2-point baskets.
Yeah,
already.
and everybody knows he's a lefty.
Yeah.
So you've got to force him away from that.
Oh, that's a nice drive by Emmanuel Canway all the way to the basket. Beats Funderburg to the step. Eagles stop the 12-point run.
Well, Stuttle going with 2 young English guys, Sever Kande and Emmanuel Canway.
Oh, wow, this right Foreman, wow. What a turnaround spin move that was.
Well, what did you say, 6 for 7 over in Greece? Yeah. That's a hell of a percentage.
And 3 of 3 on the away leg, already for 6 points. Canway. Maceo Jack, well guarded by Silas. They've picked that one off as well. Chris Smith path to right Foreman. He almost perfect play really wasn't. The point guard was under the basket, but he didn't go for it. He saw Silas train, gave it back to Silas, and Silas not only got the basket, he got fouled as well.
Yeah, well, Silas is now on the score sheet, but I'll tell you what, he's been in this game from the start. He's doing a hell of a job. I said they would be concerned about Maceo Jack because without question, he was the tough scorer over in Thessalonica. And that's been Silas's job, and not only that, now what a great trail of the break. You love players who can trail the break like that.
Just to give you that stat again, 7 assists in the first game from Moriartis. He's already got 3 assists in this game.
He's definitely a think-pass first point guard.
Another steal. Oh, it's short time. That's going to be...
I would have thought that'll be a block.
Yeah. I think it is. He's just checking the number. It's going to be on Mitch Clark.
But obviously we can't tell from here what Mark Stuttle's timeout was about, but let's look at the outcome from their point of view. Immediately put a little mini press on, stole the ball, and it was 3v1. They've come to play tonight.
Well, a lot of people are looking at them as favourites for the whole competition, and certainly 3-0 and a 16-4 start does mark them out as a really good team.
No, and I think also an impressive stat is that you've gone from the 2nd division in Greece to the top Greece, and I think you've got a record of something like 4-4, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're on a... Since the new coach took over, they're actually on a run of the Serbian.
Well,
Zoran Lukic.
The new coach has got a pedigree because he's Serbian, so he'll know the game well. He'll have been taught well, but he's also not many people know this is also the Russian national team coach. That's
right, and he's coached in the top league in Russia as well. So he's well versed from Serbia via Russia into Greece.
And you look at the CV of a lot of these players. A lot of them have played in many different countries. 2 have played in the NBA.
Yeah. This is one of them, right Foreman. Candy doing his best here. Smith backs up, misses the shot. Hammond takes the rebound.
Yeah, great footwork to make that space available for him to take his shot.
Darius Defoe now as well.
Now this is one of my factors because Darius was very limited in the minutes he could play over there, and some veteran experience will be good for the Eagles.
Cole Long makes the basket. Just Eagles' 3rd.
He's not the tallest player, but if Cole gets around the basket, he's got multiple ways of finishing.
Funderburg goes for the 3, misses it. Long at the other end, defensively taking the rebound. Taylor, he's going to shoot the long 3, but it doesn't go. Smith seems to have taken a lot of rebounds already. In fact, that's his 5th. It's always right. Moriartis, what lovely little pass, and slammed home by Chris Smith. Or Chris Sean Smith. Or just Smith. It's looking ominous already for the Eagles. But it's a pleasure to watch a team play like this. Defoe will go against Funderburg, and that's going to be a foul on Funderburg. Derek James Funderburg, or DJ as he likes to be called.
I think he likes to be called DJ.
He does, yes. The Greek fans in fine voice. They're not going to sit down all night, that's for certain.
Well, they bring a good atmosphere, aren't they?
Yeah. Tough nights, Wednesday night. This is the guy that normally starts who's coming on now. Number 12, Kostas Kampouridis.
Yeah. Plays really well without the ball.
When I say normally starts, I think that was because Chris Smith was out. And obviously Chris Smith's gone out to be replaced by Kampouridis. I nearly called him Daniel Defoe there for some reason. Isn't he the author? Darius Defoe makes the first of two. Makes the second of two. And of course the Eagles have got a really tough schedule, Dave, haven't they? They play tonight, and they have to go to Sheffield on Friday to play in a SLB Championship game, and then they go to Caledonia Gladiators on Sunday to play in the trophy. Very tough schedule indeed.
I mean, obviously Coach Stewart has been away on GB duty. Nice that they got a win against Iceland. But he's got a very capable deputy to keep the guys prepared for this game.
Wright Foreman, right on the 24-second buzzer, knocks down his first three of the game. He's up to 9 points personal already. Hammond wide open, can't make the three. Funderburg takes the rebound. What a name, Funderburg. You've got to be a basketball player with a name like that, really, haven't you? Moriartis. Kampouridis gives it to Wright Foreman, gives it back. They pass the ball so well, don't they? He's missed the shot, but they pass the ball so well. Taylor comes away with it after getting the rebound. Hammond. Taylor again. Going to try and get the basket, gives it back to Defoe. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor turns the corner. Funderburg leaves him to Silas, but he gets up there and lays it in for two. That's a great move by Rayshon Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, he's... rim protector was there, but he used his left arm, extended it. Oh, what a great pass.
Well, I have to say...
An equally good defence.
Yeah, very good defence by Darius Defoe. Manny Canway comes back in. Sove Candy comes out. So the Eagles have had everybody in so far, apart from Max.
I think some people might be surprised that Darius and Canway are playing at the same time, but I think they need this extra beef to keep them off the boards.
Wright Foreman from three in the corner. Gives his bench a little signal. And he had 32 points in the first game. He's got 12 in the first quarter tonight. Hammond, that ball bounces off his feet. He does well to save it.
Great recovery.
Yeah, did well to save it, stop the half court. Taylor trying to create space for his own shot. Beautifully guarded by Wright Foreman. Funderburg's away and through the middle. Euro step into the basket and lays it in for two again.
Yeah, you're seeing a difference here between the two teams. They get in trouble, get pinned down by the Eagles. They just keep moving the ball. The Eagles will just hold it up and try and have a 1-on-5 situation. Rayshon Taylor's got to learn to move that ball when he's under pressure.
Darius Defoe. I thought the referee was going to call a foul there on Funderburg on Canway, which he decided not to.
Wright Foreman very aware of where the clock is ticking down time. Great screen there.
He knocks down the three.
Goodness.
Boy, this boy can shoot. Eagles will have to take a long three. Maceo Jack does take a long three. Well, there you go. Is it all over already, Dave? You always tell me you don't win a game in the first.
Why no? You don't win a game, and more importantly, you can't lose a game in the first quarter. But at the moment, you look at the scoreboard, and it's a clear sign of what's going on. They're really, really up for this game. They're psyched up. They're playing great team ball, and yeah, he's hitting threes, but he's more than just a shooter. He can get to the basket, but I think he prefers to play off the ball when Moriartis is on the floor, and that guy can really think pass first.
Yeah, just look at that. I'm just waiting for it to update. Obviously, Eagles have only scored 10. 5 players on 2 points each. Taylor, Hammond, Long, Canway, and Defoe. And we're just waiting for the IRAKLIS, for IRAKLIS, Justin Wright Foreman has 15 points on 6 or 7 shooting, 3 of 3 from 2-point range, 3 of 4 from 3-point range, 15 points already. Thunderberg has 7 points and 4 rebounds. Smith has 6 points and 5 rebounds. Moriartis has no points, but he's got 4 assists. 10-30.
And Moriartis is capable of scoring. He scored 12 in the first game, and I think he's averaging that sort of number in the Greek League. But he certainly knows how to play the point.
Yeah, he averages 9.7 points a game in this competition, and
I think
8.4. But if you look at his, his assist numbers are fantastic. 6.3 in the Greek League and 6.7 in this competition. He's also averaging in this competition 5.3 steals a game. They've only played 3 games. So the Eagles come back out second quarter. Taylor, Hammond, Jack, Long and Canway, the starting 5. And Kyle Foster is on for the first time. Siakmas has taken over the point guard duty. I think Elder Taylor is no. Kyle Foster for 3. Well, go to your bench, bring them on down.
That is pure teamwork.
Yeah.
If that is shown again, you'll see the pick and roll. The roller goes to basket, but it's a decoy for the guy who's on the weak side wing for the 3-point shot.
Lance Ware also on there, veteran player. Go along as well for the Eagles in the paint. Right, Foreman. Well, that's how to do it. So
I think Coach Studel's got to think. I mean, I know there's only a minute gone in this quarter, but he's got to try and break this rhythm up somehow. They've 6 points all, 6-2 up this quarter already.
Yeah, and both 3-point shots from players who have come off the bench as well. So they've come off the bench hot as well. Hammond for 3 is off. Right, Foreman is the only, and that's a nice tip by Canway as he tried to find Kyle Foster.
Well, very quickly before the advert, the crowd are saying that should have been called. I don't think it should have been called because he went on no disadvantage.
Yeah, so substitution, not a timeout. So Right, Foreman takes a seat. The Eagles will be pleased to see that, but then they bring Moriartis back on. So tough times.
Less tough when Moriartis goes to the bench.
Rashawn Taylor was wide open, just lost his marker, knocks down the 3, 15-36. Foster turns the corner, was looking for Ware inside, nice pass by Kamputis. 3-point shot this time is off. Playing tough defense as well, Dave, aren't they? Oh, there you go. Lance Ware with a great block on Maceo Jack. Canway muscled in. And another block from Lance Ware. 2 in a row, and he's got a big smile on his face as he gets to the other end. Almost gets the ball.
Yeah, great hustle back by Canway.
Yeah, to be fair to Manny Canway, a game like this is absolute great experience.
He has no fear, has he? He came in, I don't know whether he started against London, but he played minutes against London. I thought he did a really good job.
So the Greeks have decided to review that play. Lance Ware was convinced that the ball came off Canway and not himself. The referees called it in favour of the Eagles, but the Greeks have gone for the replay. And if that's not ruthless, I don't know. Just going to ask you your opinion on something, and it's a bit left field. Have you seen where Chris Smith's sitting? I mean, that seems a strange place to allow a player to sit. He's only just over the baseline, isn't he?
Is he hiding somewhere?
Sitting in the corner.
Oh, yes.
whether that's a consequence of the injury that he had, he's joining in with the Greek fans now as they sing along. So we're having a look at this situation. It doesn't, well, I don't know how the VAR rule works in basketball. There's Moriarty's pass. There's where I think Ware's got a case here, mind. Looking at Conway's face as well, I think he's like just getting out of there thinking, yeah, it's been called in my favour. Let's have a look. What do you think, Dave?
Well, what I think is I hope it doesn't take as long as sometimes the VAR does in soccer.
Yeah, I think, yeah, for me, that should be a Greek ball, but I'm not either VAR or referee. But I would like to point out I am a qualified referee, but anyway, long time since I refereed. So they've come out, and they've still given it to the Eagles. So if the Greeks took the chance, but it's still been given. I think for me, it looked like a Greek ball, but it wasn't easy to see. So Eagles get the baseline ball. Taylor puts it in to Jack and gets it back, and the game is underway. 7:40 to go. Eagles down 36-15 as Taylor tries to set something up. What he does set up is himself to shoot from the car park, and he misses. Moriarty leaves it to Cygnus. Cygnus into Ware on Conway. And you know, it doesn't. I thought he got the roll and went in. That's going to be a foul by Lance Ware. He's a little bit frustrated.
Conway stood his ground there. He was very physical, well. Boxed him out. Deserves to get the call.
Well, Conway's not going to come up with standards of players like this that often. I mean, some very good players in the SLB, don't get me wrong, but this is a massive learning curve for him. Oh, Cole Long puts Campouris on his backside, and Hammond shoots the three, and it's off. Kyle Foster takes a big rebound. Campouris, and that's going to be. Is that going to be? No, I thought it was going to be an offensive foul, but Taylor with the grab.
That was a well executed screen off the ball. Good roll to basket.
And as Vince McCauley would say, hand in the cookie jar. Here's Foster. Shaking and baking. Maceo Jack doing well to stay with him. Doing well there, Maceo Jack, but Moriarty was hot on it. Siankis, whoa, another three from the fella. Mark Stuttle looks to the floor. Rayshon Taylor gives it to Conway, into Jack, foul called. That might say they're on 4. Kyle Foster, hand check.
Hand check called on the play, Eagles sideline.
What I didn't realise in all that, Dave, was that somehow Mitch Clark managed to pick up 3 fouls when he was on.
Yeah, I was just thinking that he normally plays more minutes than this.
No flop warning.
Yeah.
Thought it might have been a flop warning there.
No, I think that was good refereeing again. I think there's a lot of really good refereeing on incidental contact tonight where not really affecting the game. Great refereeing.
2 points for the Eagles. Campouris makes the drive to the basket. He's going to Cole Long's going to pick up his second foul. Campouris making that drive to the basket.
Yeah, Campouris doesn't really look like much of an offensive threat, does he? But he's very patient in the offense, and he works continually for the benefit of teammates when he doesn't have the ball.
Going to action, Eagles flying in.
Yeah, as I said, he has been starting, and it kind of like gives him that big
Rayshon
stick.
Taylor thought he was being taken off, but I didn't think that would happen because we'd ended up without anybody who really could run the point.
Loud and proud, let's make some noise.
One thing there's two things about Sever coming on. One is he'll give everything he's got defensively and play all the right fundamentals of defence. But also, if they're leaving wide open, as teams often do in this LB, he can knock down the three.
Loud and proud.
Campuris makes both. He will now take a seat. And Chris Smith is back on. Or Sean Smith. Or Chris Sean Smith.
Well, I think when you've made your mind up, I'll follow your lead. To me, at the moment, he's number 5.
Set out. Maceo Jack for 2. It's good.
Showing a bit of what he did in Greece.
Foster. Caught between shooting the 3 and trying to find Lanswear.
Yeah, he misread how the defensive player was playing Lansmere.
And the Greeks for once go to sleep.
Well, that's the way to punish them.
Time out for Greece, and we will go to an advert. So IRAKLIS take a timeout, probably because it was just a little bit slack there, wasn't it?
He obviously doesn't like lapses like this, but it was. They made a mess of the offense and just literally played no defense at all. And the Eagles punished them. Well, the Eagles have got to take more chances like this. If they can push the tempo, particularly and get at them in transition a little bit quicker, it'll make it more difficult for them because they're really overplaying everybody and getting in the passing lane. Very effective team defense.
So 19 points the difference. We're not messing about. It was 22 points, and then Dion Hammond knocked down that 3. Well, back out. IRAKLIS back on offense. IRAKLIS gives it to Foster. Smith. That's a 24-second violation. Again, coach not happy at all.
Well, you can't have it both ways. The contact happens at the other end, then he's got to be prepared that it's going to happen at his end as well.
Inbound from Taylor to Jack. Conway calling for it. Of course, one of the things I didn't mention, but not that it makes a great deal of difference. Eagles playing in their away strip of white. And obviously the Greece IRAKLIS playing in their normal blue. IRAKLIS brings it forward into Moriartis. Almost took out of bounds by Hammond, but he kept the handle, gave it back. Here is Moriartis again. Into Smith. Well, Smith was so quick to turn round on Candy there.
I'm just wondering whether the officials are going to get together here, because he's signalling 2 shots. That could have been a goaltend. We might see it here. I think Canway got it on the way up.
I like the look of this Smith as well, Dave. He looks a very competent player, doesn't he?
Yep. And if the new signing is anything like Sean Smith, Justin Elder Davies, we haven't seen yet.
Might be one of them games where he might not play much, if at all.
He's just arrived, is it?
Yeah,
Has he played any minutes at all for them?
No, he hasn't played at all. He's only been sort of there about, I think he arrived in Greece on the 30th of November, more or less. Well, that was a heck of a play there by Rashawn Taylor.
Well, from the Eagles' point of view, that's a welcome 2 points from the...
Taylor's come all the way from the halfway line and gets bumped by cyclists, but still gets the shot off and it goes in.
From the Greek point of view, that is one of the rare times when help defence has just not been there. Their defence has been almost perfection up to now in passing lanes, help defence, very quick to cover any driving plays at basket.
Taylor makes the iron one.
Signaling here for a pick and roll. There it is.
Foster. Back to Moriartis. You almost know where each other are without looking. Oh, there, what a great pass. And a great finish as well by Lance Ware. Brilliant pass, brilliant finish. Quality basketball. Canway at the other end, faced by Lance Ware. These two have already got themselves acquainted. Canway's unlucky there, did wait really well. Ware gets up and down the court very quickly. Right, Foreman back on, Smith turns, spins, and is fouled, I think again by Candace, Sauve Candace. So here's that last play when Moriartis' fantastic bounce pass into the middle and spun on the sixpence and slammed it home. Lance Ware. Meantime, Smith has been fouled by...
I'm glad we saw that play there because I was wondering how he got so wide open, and he got so wide open because the defensive player was ball watching.
Loud and proud, let's make some noise.
So Sauve Candace picked up his second foul. The Greeks have only got 4 fouls as well. IRAKLIS only 4 fouls in the game. 3:20 to go, 45-25. Smith misses. Well, if they've got an Achilles heel, it might be their free throws. They've missed 3 now.
Loud and proud, let's make some noise.
I think when you're 20 up, you might just not consider that to be the Achilles heel that you've mentioned.
He makes 1 of 2. Taylor brings it forward. Greeks now in front by 21. Taylor Hammond off the screen. Nice little bucket from the elbow. Good jump shot. He has got a nice jump shot.
He's a good shooter.
Moriartis, Smith, right Foreman, slammed home by Ware. Great team basketball again. 4 passes or 3 passes and a slam. Meanwhile, at the other end, it's 1 against 5 almost again. Jack are going to shoot the 3 there, and he makes it though. Long 3.
Yeah.
Jack.
I thought they would have learned in Greece that you don't give him any space at all to set himself for his shot.
Just pointing out as well that the Eagles are actually 2 points in front in this quarter. (20-18) it is a quarter. Nice play by Darius Defoe. Hammond from the corner knocks down a 3, and that makes it a 23-18 quarter at the moment.
Yep.
So Eagles showing a bit of fight, bit of determination.
Dion Hammond has arrived. He's a shooter.
He knocks down a second 3 of the game. Moriartis now faced by Taylor. Decides to put the 3 up. It's well short. Maceo Jack finds Taylor on the break, lays it in for 2, and I think we're going to get a timeout from IRAKLIS. We are.
And absolutely no surprise at all that he's called this time.
And you know, you look at it, it's Eagles have got it back to within 30, 25 to 18 quarter at the moment.
Well, they found it so easy that I think the intensity has gone a little bit out of their defensive game. In offense, you know, they're a great team to watch offensively because they follow one of the modern principles of attacking, switching defenses. You don't just have a cut, you have multiple cuts. And that's what's causing the Eagles so many problems. They play a pick and roll and all 5 players are involved. That is classic modern day pick and roll.
And obviously Eagles bench restricted, and also restricted further by the fact that Mitch Clark's on 3 fouls. Perhaps there's a little bit of bonding going on there because whereas the Greeks, they started virtually 5 different players in the second quarter. Trying to run the bench a bit more. I suppose they could go back to starting 5 at any time. Just a question of what the coach wants to do. He's not going to take too many chances, I wouldn't have thought. Right, Foreman, Funderburg, Smith, Moriartis, 4 of the starting 5. Yeah, who's the 5th one?
35 points.
Elder Davis.
Pretty much puts the Eagles where they are in terms of they're averaging 70 points a game. We're coming up to half-time. We're already at 35. If the Greek defence is going to lapse like it has done in the last 2 minutes, then the Eagles will be able to pile on some points and pull this gap back.
Well, I think we've got, as I say, I think we've got our answer. 4 of the starting 5 coming back out here, and the 5th player being Elder Davis, the new guy. As I say, average double figures, over 14 points a game, both in the ENBL and domestically in the Romanian league. Very, very good player indeed. There's Funderburg going to the basket, misses the first shot, but he tips his own rebound in. Taylor going hard at the other end, needs some support.
I think Foreman's hurt. I think he hurt himself in that play there. He pulled up and dished the ball off, didn't he, right at the last minute?
Yeah, it looks as if he's moving very gingerly there, Dave. You're right, good spot. Yeah. Hammond 4-3 is off. Elder Davis takes the rebound in the end. It was tipped by Funderburg. Funderburg 4-3. We know he can shoot the 3. He's missed that one though, but what a rebound by Chris Smith. Sorry, Sean Christian Smith, I think of his full name. And I think the timeout has been called by Newcastle with 37.4 left.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you call a timeout with only 37 seconds ticking when you got them for 15 minutes, then obviously it's something that's really important to Coach Stutler, something he wants to emphasise. That maybe he'll then he'll stress that again in the halftime tea talk, but he's got to find out a way to combat this multi-cuts they've got. Wide spacing and multi-cuts is the hardest thing to guard in modern day basketball.
It's interesting as well that you mentioned about the Greek defence not necessarily being up to the rest of the game. But if they go in having only conceded 35 points in the first half, they'll be happy with it.
Yeah, they're happy and they could start to run the bench. They could do all sorts of things. But I get a feeling that, the way a coach called the timeout, he's not happy with this little bit more of a laid-back attitude they've got at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Dave. Well, the 19 minutes, 23 seconds we've seen, this has been one of the best teams that I've seen.
Absolutely,
in the arena, without any doubt.
It's been broadcast with our European North Basketball League broadcasting partner, Matchday Live.
Pitch has been brought to you and production by Matchday Live, ENBL Basketball. Darius Defoe on the court. Maceo Jack trying to come off a screen, bumps off Chris Smith. He was left almost open. Funderburg just got across to put a hand up. And the Greeks tidy it up with the rebound. IRAKLIS coming forward. Well, we noticed Right Foreman was limping, but he hasn't gone off, so he must be okay. Smith sets the screen. Right Foreman up and misses the 3. No, he doesn't miss the 3. He doesn't.
I mean, I was wondering why it was just playing by himself there, but he obviously had his eye on the shot clock. Well, I think you know, the score sums pretty much up to what we've seen in this first half. They certainly came to play. The teamwork has been, for the most, exceptional, both offensively and defensively, and they are giving everybody in this country who's watching this game a lesson in how to play team offense. To quote one of the great coaches, Mike Krzyzewski, there's no I in team.
Exactly, and we had a 20-point first quarter lead for IRAKLIS, and they managed to pull the points back, and it was a level quarter, 25 points each. And you know, the score at half-time is Newcastle Eagles 35, IRAKLIS Basketball Club 55. So Eagles with a lot of work to do in the second half, and IRAKLIS will just probably want to try and play as much of their bench as they can, saving people for the weekend and their league game. We will be back with some stats for you in about 10 minutes or so, but until then, enjoy the half-time show and enjoy your own half-time.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry-experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
Okay, welcome back to the Virtue Arena for tonight's ENBL group game between Newcastle Eagles and IRAKLIS of Greece. It's currently 35 to the Eagles and 55 to IRAKLIS, who are trying to run the bench in the second quarter, and the Eagles pulled back within 7. So we're just going to have a look at some highlights from the first half. This is Chris Smith with that lovely turnaround and reverse layup. He has Wright Foreman, who's done a lot of damage. He's got 18 points so far. He seems to be able to shoot off any foot. Moriartis, who sets them all up into Smith. Smith hammer run home there. It's Wright Foreman from the corner. He has Siakmas to Kyle Foster. That was a 3-pointer, his first shot of the game. A lot of highlights there from IRAKLIS. Rayshon Taylor replying with a 3. Maceo Jack for 2. Nice pass, nice jump shot. So here's your stats from the first half. Eagles shooting 62% from 2 points, 25% 3 points, and only beaten the line 3 times. Out-rebounded by 10, out-assisted, and turnovers pretty much similar. But I think what catches my eye is 7 of 14 from 3-point range, Dave.
Well, apart from, I didn't think it was going to be this hard a task for the Eagles. I thought they showed a lot of defensive prowess and some good offensive stuff in Greece, but tonight we've had a real good show from the Greek visitors.
Oh, nice play by Rayshon Taylor to get the Eagles off and running. Eagles came out with Taylor, Long, Canway, Hammond and Jack. Smith, Moriartis, Thunderberg, Wright Foreman and Silas. So it's back to the starting 5s. Wright Foreman gives it to Smith. Smith for 3, answers the 2. Extra point in front.
Well, the continuity there in their offense, that ball was never still. They worked and worked and worked, showed great patience until they got a wide open look at the basket.
I was talking to a couple of people at half-time, and they said they were very impressed with the way, not just the way they moved the ball, but the way they moved themselves as well.
Well, you don't have great ball movements unless you've got players who can play without the ball.
Not for once, a little bit of a mistake there from Moriartis, and steal by the Eagles, and Silas comes up with a foul, takes one for the team.
It's a very, very difficult thing to do in sport, Jeff, is to take your eye off the ball. But if you look away from the ball here at this Greek team's offense, they're never still. Multiple cuts from all the players.
Maceo Jack for 3 is off the rebound. Thunderberg takes the rebound. Gives it to Moriartis. Moriartis, I've been told. Moriartis. Well, whatever he is, he's knocking down 2 points there. IRAKLIS just moving in. Made the comment at half-time, Dave and I were talking about it. We didn't think it was the we didn't think it was the head coach from
I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, Zoran Lukic is not. Zoran Lukic is not here. We've no idea why he's not here, but he isn't here, and it is one of the assistants that has taken the team. Sotiris, I think, is the one. Meanwhile, Maceo Jack is fouled as he goes to shoot, and it's 2 shots from the line.
I mean, we should point out that obviously Coach Stuttle has been on international duty, but having read his piece in the programme, he was obviously quite happy to leave it to his assistant to keep the Eagles and get them prepared for this game.
Yeah, I actually spoke to him when he was at Thornaby train station on Monday night. On his way back, and he said there that he'd been in constant contact with Roberto Foy every day, and was more than capable. Coach Roberto Foy, more than capable of looking after the team. He said, got real faith in him. Meanwhile, this time it's Thunderberg who's fouled as he tries to drive inside.
Let's make some noise.
Fouled by Rashawn Taylor is his second. Funderburg makes the first of the free throws. He's up to 10 points personal. Wright Foreman has 18, Smith has 14. Misses his second one. Eagles, Silas tips it out of bounds.
Very disappointed from the Eagles' point of view that they're without two of their American imports. Obviously, Marco Anthony's injured and not been able to play for a while now. And to lose Gus Okafor so soon after his come must be a big blow. He would have been particularly looking forward, so would have Coach Stupel, to him playing in this game.
Maceo Jack tries to produce a little bit of advantage. Moriartis, what a pass. What a pass from Moriartis. And Mark Stuttle goes to a timeout, so we will go to an advert. Mark Stuttle calling an early timeout. As Dave quite often says to me, there's no point in keeping them when you're so far behind. You need to pull it back quickly.
Especially when you have three at your disposal in the second half. But you commented there on what a great outlet pass that was. But what about the running off the ball by Wright Foreman? And what a finish, because it wasn't easy, because I thought he'd overpassed it. But he... You know, like watching Aaron Rye, who's got this great ability to slow down while he's doing a layup. That was a really good example there from Foreman.
Well, Foreman laid that one in, and it hasn't given him an extra couple of points. So I'm not quite sure there, because he's still on the 18 points. I thought he was up to 20, but 38-63. Eagles have come out of the timeout. No changes in, well, I said no changes in personnel. Dion Hammond has come out and Sauvé Candy has gone on. Canway and Candy. Candy will shoot the three and make the three. I think this boy's been sitting around for a few years, hasn't he?
The young man can make those shots.
Yeah, and he's now getting minutes that he deserves, and he's making the most of them. Yeah. Lovely three-point shot.
The other thing as well is I think Coach Stuttle has confidence in him defensively.
Right, Foreman, there's a great block by I'm going to give Canway a block on that one. Look as if he got a hand on it to me.
Eagles ball down on the base.
Just have a look at it. Here's right, Foreman goes in. Yeah, Canway definitely got a hand on that one. Taylor going to the basket. Big floater off the glass. And it goes for two.
Excellent example there of floating it over a taller player.
Beautiful
not
finish.
As he made it look easy, but it's not easy.
Funderburg at the other end, though, powering his way inside and making the two.
Great footwork, and not only that, the way he switched hands to clear the space as well was very impressive.
Maceo Jack to Taylor. Eagles trying to make a fight of it.
It's Fund, F at the beginning. F for Freddie.
So, and here he is, Funderburg to the basket from the pass by Wright Foreman, makes another two. He's up to 12 points personal. Jack at the other end replies, no he doesn't. Rebound is tipped by Chris Smith, and Funderburg takes it. Moriartis turns the corner. Great defense by Sauvé Candy. Cole Long gives it, nice pass. Oh, and Maceo Jack went for the slam, didn't get it, but Cole Long on the trail got the rebound and put back.
5-2.
45-67, halfway through the third. Well, we know that's a foul these days. If you don't allow the man to land, it's always going to be a foul. You say don't foul a three-point shooter.
Yep. One of the golden rules in basketball.
Let's see if he makes all three.
Yeah. Double substitution.
Silas and Moriarty out. IRAKLIS and Foster back in.
And the way these two were played in the first half, it will make zero difference to the performance of Tim. And of course, IRAKLIS, I understand, stands for Hercules.
Well, it doesn't stand for it, but
that is where they got the name from.
Yeah, that's where they got the name from. Yeah, the Hercules is that on their badge.
I think what I'd like to see from an Eagles point of view, I'd like to see Mitch Clark come in and play some minutes on the floor, because I think that extra ball handling will take a little bit of pressure off Rayshawn Taylor and maybe get him open for some shots. Because Rayshawn Taylor is a good shooter. He's not a player who needs the ball in his hands all the time, because if he's loose off the ball, he's a good shooter.
This is a 6 of 9 tonight, 5 of 5 from two-point range. So just to emphasise this point, you can get to the basket as well for the guard. Gives it to Cole Long. To the four who's come on, Maceo Jack, who's 3 of 11 at the moment for 8 points. Oh, nice pass by Taylor, but great defense by Thunderberg. But that man, young man, Sove Candy in the corner for 3.
Candy sending a message to Coach Stewart. Well, let's go back to Maceo Jack. I thought at the start, didn't I? I said right at the beginning they will have marked him out for special attention, and they have hardly given him an open look.
He's had to work hard for his 8 points. IRAKLIS all the way to the baseline, and it's going to be given as a foul, I think, on Cole Long. Yep, Cole Long with a push.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to work out. Maceo Jack has over the years probably faced taller players. He's got such a good quick release. He's got a low trajectory on his shot, but he gets it off so quickly and with such good backspin on the ball. And he's normally pretty accurate on his shooting.
Cole Long's 3rd foul. Kyle Foster for 3.
Good defense by Sove Candy.
And I think Mark Stewart was going to get a technical foul. He did, because they thought that was a flop by Foster, and he was asking for it. And the flop was given, the technical was given on the coach for his protests. I think there was a foul in there somewhere as well. It'll be the free throw for the technical first. I think there was a foul.
I think in terms of contact, I think these 3 officials have done a good job tonight. They've been very consistent, knowing what to call, what to let go, taking. And there's no advantage rule in basketball. You often wish there was, but sometimes I think some referees invent them.
Yeah, there was a foul called after the technical, but on IRAKLIS. Cole Long drives to the basket, guarded by Smith. Darius Dufour from the elbow is no good. Eagles battle for the rebound, but Chris Smith comes up with it again. Well, that should be Maceo Jack's ball. It is. Can he catch it up? He does, and he slams it home. Great steal and a great finish. And even some of the Greek fans enjoyed that one, I think.
Defense.
Right, Foreman, for once, does all the work, hard work himself, but he gets to the basket and lays it in with his left hand. Up to 26 points personal. Cole Long for 3 is off. And it's right, Foreman with the rebound.
Yeah, he's not just interested in points, is he? He's playing his rolling defense, gets rebounds.
He's got 4 assists as well.
His bounce pass is certainly not as good as Moriarty's bounce pass in the first half.
Smith attacks the basket. Thunderberg thunders it home for 2 after
Just
Smith's
how
feed.
quick did Sean Smith there see Thunderberg? Sorry, Thunderberg.
Thunderberg is go.
So he's Maceo Jack at the moment.
Yeah,
having a hot spell, isn't he? Getting my wish now. Mitch Clark ready to come in. I just think this helps Taylor a lot.
Right, Foreman for once misses a shot. Taylor takes the rebound. Eagles down 52-75. Taylor for three is good.
Right, well, let's think
Taylor up to 17 points personal.
That proves what we've said, isn't it? He can shoot. And I think because of how good an outside shooter is, what a threat he is, I think it's beneficial when Clark comes on to play the point.
And I think you're going to see Mitch Clark come on after this timeout, which has been called by IRAKLIS. It's 55-75. So again, you know, you look at that first quarter, which the Eagles lost by 20, and since then, they've been level all the way. Got to take some credit for that, but it's a long way when you lose the first quarter by 20.
Yeah, but it's something to build on, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know, if this continues, they'll end up 0-3 in this competition, which is not where they want to be, especially as in their second season last year they made the final. There's a lot of work to do in the remaining, was it be 5 games, will it? But of course, there's the look of the draw comes into it here, Jeff, because in this pool of 7, two teams had to play each other twice, home and away. And how bad luck is it that they draw these guys?
Yeah, probably the favourites, we've said before, probably one of the favourites for the competition. And the other team that the Eagles lost to, GT Warsaw, they're one of the better teams in the competition as well. So maybe the Eagles have got some easier games to come, but I don't think in this competition there's any really easy games.
No, but one of the reasons they're going into this competition is to improve the standard, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's good that British teams do that, and Bristol have done quite well in it so far this season. Manchester are in there as well, so it's good to have 3 British teams in that, and of course London playing in. Whoa, as I say that, Kyle Foster comes alive and explodes to the basket in a one-handed tomahawk jam. Yeah, and obviously London Lions in the FIBA Euro Cup they're in.
Yeah.
Candy turns down the 3 this time, drives inside, tries to find Maceo Jack, but it's a little bit ambitious with a pass behind the back. Foster gives it back to Wright Foreman. Nice play. Again,
totally unselfish play by both players. Made that 2-on. Sometimes you can mess up on a 2-on-1 situation, but there's no chance of that happening there.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned about Mitch Clark coming on. He's not having the best of times since he come on. That's a foul by Maceo Jack. He actually has come on for Taylor, so it's not to allow Taylor to play. Maybe he's off guard, but we'll see. Mark Stuttle, I'm not saying Mark Stuttle have given this game up, but he knows it's a long, long way back.
We know what we're doing. The 6 Eagles.
Well, he got 32 points in the first game, Wright Foreman. I believe he's got 28 now. Yep, 28, and he's going to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it's great that in this competition we graced with the players of this quality.
Yep, and it just shows you the standard, isn't it? Because this is a guy who almost got into the NBA, but not quite.
Yeah.
And we're watching him here. Not necessarily taking the Eagles apart, but Eagles really kind of guard him.
Well, taking them apart. Another way to look at that is it must be great for all British coaches to see this level of teamwork.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
He's going to take a break, and he'll get a good reception from the Greek fans behind the bench.
And we're getting our second look at
Elder Davis.
Elder Davis, the new signing. I think this is his debut, is it?
It is, yes. Mitch Clark with the ball, comes forward. Elder Davis, an early Christmas present for the IRAKLIS fans. Sauvé Candy, nice pass to Maceo Jack. He goes hard at Smith, but Smith went with him all the way on defense. We have our first minutes from Vasilios Christinos.
For those who can't see the name on his shirt, wearing number 14.
That's the one.
Once again, be that 6 Eagle.
Christidis.
Loud and proud, let's make some
Vasilios
noise.
Christidis, number 14, on for the first time. Kyle Foster knocks it down to 6 points personal. Feels as if he's got more points than that.
Well, all their shooters have got good form on their shots. You can, when they're on the free throw line, you can just tell. Look, he's got a really nice lift, lovely follow through, good rotation on the ball.
And he makes both of the free throws. Mitch Clark not happy.
Yeah, well, he's bringing some leadership, isn't he, to the team. He's also, if they leave him alone, he can hit shots.
Goes baseline inside of Defoe. That's a great pass.
Great ball movement.
Rich Clark gets the rebound. Good. That was rewarded there, the Eagles play, because it was great ball movement, as you said. Maceo Jack almost made the three, but Clark stayed alive, got the offensive rebound and the putback. Well, there we go. Bring a guy off the bench and he scores with his first shot. We'll have a timeout. I'm sorry, it's end of the fourth quarter. I completely missed that. End of the third quarter, 57-85.
So I think one little bit of maths for you to do is score in this quarter, just to see what progress the Eagles are making.
It was 22-30.
Right, so they've grabbed the initiative back after a fairly even second quarter.
Yeah, they won that quarter.
But I like what Mitch Clark's brought here. He's a tenacious little defender. He can handle the ball. He doesn't get many turnovers in terms of losing it. He can also find a teammate. But if they leave him open, he can hit the three. I would just like Coach Tuchel just thinking of the future, and two hard games coming up this weekend. One on Friday, as you pointed out, down at the Sharks. Another one away to Caledonia, who are improving, so it's not two easy games. I'd just like to see Mitch and Taylor put together in that 1-2 spot in the same way that they play Moriartis and Foreman.
That's a good point, yeah. I think a lot will depend, obviously. I mean, 2 days is not much time for the injured players to get. I mean, we know Marco Anthony almost certainly is going to be out.
What is the injury?
Well, Marco Anthony, I don't know what Gus Okafor's injury is. I do sometimes find this a little bit frustrating that I'm not always given this type of news.
Yeah.
Marco Anthony's got a sore knee, but
right, it's tendonitis or?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, but he had the injury pre-season, and then it sort of like got better. But then when he played on it, it's actually come back.
The disappointing thing is that obviously he missed pre-season. There's one disappointing thing. He's not part of what's going on, although he will watch the sessions. And then in his debut, he made a terrific debut against the Gladiators, and then played quite well in his second one. Then form seemed to go down, and obviously if he's carrying a knee problem, particularly tendonitis, that would explain why.
Number 90.
That's a fourth foul on Mitch Clark. That is not what was required. Well, just about to see. So my view here is that because Newcastle Knights are a partner team, that they can substitute Knights in for this European competition. They did it last year, if you remember.
Yeah,
with one of the Americans.
I think, and I might be wrong, I probably should know this as well. I'm sure if Mr. Rowledge was on commentary, he would know this. I think you have to suit 9 players up in the NBL.
Right.
I think. So that'll be one of the other reasons. Meanwhile, there's Elder Davis's first basket for his new club.
Showing us what he could do. Calm as you like. He saw space, he drove into it. Defensive comes in, he pulls up and strokes a lovely jump shot.
87-57, it's 30 points now.
Yeah.
It's out of hand, really.
As I say, one of the things...
Oh, nice. Well, there's a way to start to mark your debut.
And only that, Darius showing the benefit of being able to play some minutes, whereas away in IRAKLIS, he could only play 4 minutes.
Yeah, Darius for great assist. Max Matthews.
He's got good footwork. He's a hard-nosed player.
Yeah, great defense.
He's probably recovered because he had a double weekend with the Newcastle Knights, including 3 periods of overtime.
Yeah, that was some game against Essex Rebels. That one was it, yeah. So here's Foster. Christina sets the screen. Foster shoots the three, makes the three, is fouled in the act of shooting, and will go to the line for a bonus one, which could be a 4-point play.
Yeah, and where he will show just the great form that he did in his previous free throw, and he translated that into a 3-point shot.
That takes him into double figures, the fourth Greek player to be in double figures even.
As the great Michael Jordan would say, if you don't have good technique in a shooter, you'll never be a great shooter. This guy's got really good technique.
Makes the free throws clean as a whistle. And it's now 91-59. The last home game here against Ziki Warsaw was the Eagles' biggest ever loss in the ENBL. This is looks as if it's going to eclipse that by some distance.
When you mentioned 91 points, it's easy to think the game's just about to expire, but there's still 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go.
Taylor trying to make space for the basket and does make it. Him and Maceo Jack almost playing by themselves at times. Oh, what a pass that was. Oh.
And you can't say he wasn't under pressure, because he was.
He's under tremendous pressure from Max Matthews, and he still managed to find Smith, but then Smith found in the corner his player and knocks it down for three. Hammond for three to reply.
Oh, that deserved to go down, because that was a great spot from Darius Defoe. The whole of their defence sank in with that pass. Darius reversed it out, leaving the player wide open. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a trailer that guy is. He hasn't had many minutes. Doesn't look like he's interested in taking shots, but boy, does he trail the floor nicely.
Well, that's 2 of 2 for Christidis. And that's 96. Yep, 96-61, and we will go to an advert. So 96-61, Dave Markstuttle calls his second time out. I guess it's about pride and making sure the guys go hard to the last 8 minutes.
It's amazing what you learn from a game like this. You know, you'll go over the tape, talk to players, look at their style. Is anything, you know, a coach is a part of many people. You know, he'll have had a lot of influences in the way he's playing, but at the end of the day, he's Mark Stoughton and he'll have his way of playing. But he will take a look at their team and maybe just pick up 1 or 2 things that he thinks are going to help the Eagles from this game.
Matthews.
And the Eagles will be stung. They'll want to play well in the next 2 games.
Candy makes his third. Up to 9 points personal.
Yeah, they're paying. And if you want to see commitment to defence, here's a young guy who's never played for the Eagles before. Playing 2 parts there. One is on the ball and another one off the ball.
But again, the big fella, Camboudis, got back on defence and stripped Rashawn Taylor. Maceo Jack comes on. That's a little bit of a worry for the Eagles there. Yeah. Dejan Hammond limping off.
Yeah.
Especially with a game in 48 hours time down in Sheffield. Never an easy game. The Eagles have already lost twice this season to Sheffield.
Well, it isn't, but they've got their own injury worries, haven't they, at the moment?
Lob pass just not good enough. Although,
well, the guard yelling at the forward, but I would say that the guard overcooked that pass.
Yeah. And we're going to see.
I think their coach agrees with me. Well, though I don't think that's the reason he's been subbed out.
We're going to see Marios Pouliantos coming on now to give everybody from IRAKLIS a game.
Have they now played the whole 12, have they?
They've played the whole 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles obviously only got 9 suited up, but they have all played as well. Taylor Jack Candy in the corner, makes another three.
That's what good ball movement does for you.
4 of 5 now for Sauve Candy, 12 points.
2 players in drive and kick mode, and the end result was Candy's absolutely wide open in the corner. Good for the young man that he drifted down for that corner, one of the hardest players to defend on a court.
Well, this very much, I think, the Greek second 5. Well, some of the Eagles fans calling for an unsportsmanlike foul on Kampouris, but I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Kind of put his hand in where the ball was, but knew he was going to foul. Stopped the Eagles on the break. 6:27 to go, 96-67. There's your Jack. It's nice to see both Max Matthews and Sauve Candy.
Yeah, now think of Monsieur Jack. What was he faced with when he caught that ball? The new player, Eldis Davies, absolutely all over him in the passing lane, giving him very little chance to move. Trapped him using both the halfway line and the sideline.
There's Elder Davis, the Kampouris. He's off the glass for 2 with his left hand.
That's a very difficult matchup for Candy. Very difficult. Because this guy is savvy.
Taylor shakes and bakes. He's got Camry wide open under the basket, chooses not to pass to him. Camry almost. Sauve Candy decides to go all the way. Can't blame the young man for that, didn't make it. Foster, Elder Davis, he's going to shoot the 3, that's off. Conway takes the rebound, gives it to Jack. And again a foul on halfway by the Greeks. Poliantis this time with the foul. Cole Long. Sauve Candy comes off, he'll get a great reception for the Eagles fans. That's a good spell, a really good spell. Good as well because Mark Stuttle will probably need him in these 2 games over the weekend. Taylor dances past Christie's.
He gets a lot of minutes with one of our favourite people, Drew Lasker. Yeah. Drew plays him a lot in the Northumbria Bucks team.
Taylor dancing past Christidis. Just pickled his 21st point of the game. There is Christidis inside, kicks it out. Poliantis, Elder Davis for 3 is good on the buzzer. Well, if he's going to add that kind of play to this team, this is going to be some team during this competition.
Just a little bit too far off the help line there, the Eagles, on Eldis Davis.
And remember we said as well, this is the 8th best team in Greece.
Got some big Euro performers in Greece, Olympiakos, Panathinaikos.
Kampouris thought about the 3, decided not to. Kyle Foster moves well with and without the ball. Nice, lovely pass as well. And a great finish by Christidis. Acknowledges the pass. And a timeout is called by Mark Stuttle as his side concede 100 points for the first time this season. So yeah, timeout called. It's Mark Stuttle's last timeout with 4:21 to go.
Well, they've got this 30 plus point lead, but they're not relaxing at all, are they? They're not.
So yeah, as you said, Dave, the Greeks aren't letting up. The Eagles trying their best and going as hard as they can. And here's some little highlights of one of the plus points for the Eagles tonight. Sauve Candy, who's knocked down 4 threes in this game. First one, Taylor, to Candy, splash. This is the one where he was in the corner, Cole Long found him, again splash. He was under pressure there as well with that shot. Max Matthews, good footwork, he gives it out to Candy, so deep there, knocks it down again though, all string. Here's your Jack, finds him in the corner, again deep, and it's all string again.
Yeah, well, what's interesting on that little clip there from a coaching point of view is every one of his wide open shots came off drive and kick movements.
Oh, nice play by Taylor. Used the screen of Cameron superbly to get to the basket and put it in.
The crossover dribble did that lightning quick, as it should be.
23 points for Rashawn Taylor on 10 of 13 shooting. That's a pretty impressive performance. That's going to be an offensive foul.
The big fella won't be impressed with that. He's just saying to his teammates, calm down. Well, he was the one who made the... I didn't think that move was
Max Matthew goes to the basket, but he's blocked by Christidis.
Well, the good part of that was how quickly he accelerated once he got out just over the three-point line. Unfortunately, their defense was ready for it.
Mitch Clark. It's almost stolen by Foster. Gets a good hand on it. Knocks it out of play. 3:48 to go, 30 points of difference.
30-point lead, 3:48 to go, and they're still overplaying almost everything.
Well, I guess you look at it, these are bench players. They'll want to impress as much as they can and get as much out of their minutes as they can.
They want to be earning minutes for National League games in the homeland.
Nice play by Conway, but good defense by Christidis. Here's Poliantis. Guarded by Clark. Poliantis finds Christidis. Hand off to Elder Davis. He's going to shoot the three. Is off. Cole Long takes the rebound, comes away with it. Again, well, almost one-on-one basketball. I'm not quite sure.
Most effective transitions are where you kick the ball out early and fill all three lanes. Well, I thought the young guy did okay, particularly defensively. I thought he brought a lot of energy to the defense.
Well, he's come off almost with plus figures. 2 points, an assist, 6 minutes, 12 seconds played. Probably 6 minutes more than he thought he'd get. Taylor, oh, what a pass. What a lovely pass, but a great block, though, by Christidis. His long went to the basket. Poliantis finds Kyle Foster. Yes, Christidis again. He's certainly making the most of his
I like
minutes.
the way he's using his post roll.
Nice kick out. Poliantis, another kick out. Foster, 4 seconds. Poliantis for three, and he's on the score sheet as well.
Who says patience doesn't play off?
So all 12 Greeks on the court, all 12 have scored. And again, defense right there. Poliantis came from behind to spot Conway. Lanceway coming on for Christidis, who will get a good hand, I would imagine, off the whole bench. He played really well, didn't he? Again, Conway gets a good hand. He comes off. Darius Defoe comes on.
You may know this better than me, but my guess is that Darius is on limited minutes while he recovers.
Yeah, I think so. And I think also you've got to bear in mind that you've got another 2 games where probably.
But I think he keeps putting him in because I think he wants to be able to use him in those 2 games.
I mean, he's played 15 minutes.
Because what we don't know
Rashawn Taylor for three.
is if Anthony or Okafor are going to be available for the weekend games.
Well, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I would say Okafor's got a chance, but I don't think Anthony has. Meanwhile, Rashawn Taylor up to 26 points personal now, on 11 of 14 shooting, and a great steal from him, and it'll be 12 of 15 shooting and 28 points.
Well, Rashawn Taylor also hit 20 at the game in Greece.
Certainly showcasing his ability in this game. Nice wrap-around pass from Elder Davis. Lanceway. Oh, wow, what a follow. Lanceway missed the layup, but as it came back, his hands were all over it, and he managed to
very quick reactions, wasn't it?
Very quick, that's how it's
very quick to take. I think he read that. He knew he was going to miss the one. His hands were straight on the ball. Great finish.
3-point shot is off. Mitch Clark almost saves it. Kyle Foster bounce past Lanceway. Kicks it out. Yes, Poliantis for three is short. Good hand by Campouris. And again, the Greeks move it around quickly. Kyle Foster going up. Oh, what a great block by, I think it was Sean Taylor. Cole Long at the other end. He's going to lay it in for 2. I think the Greeks are about to come on the court almost. They're all getting over the line to celebrate. 40 seconds left to go. Kande knocks it away. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. 80 to 108. Elder Davis 4-3 is no good. Cole Long gets the rebound. Cole Long saying, come on, we've got another shot. And Kande gets the other shot, doesn't make it though. Kamburas makes the rebound. And I think Elder Davis is told just to take the ball over halfway line and just leave it at that. The Greeks are already lining up to shake hands as we tick down the last 5 seconds. Look, Eagles, short-handed, have given a good display, but this Greek side was something else new.
So did they have any more ENBL games before the break at Christmas?
No, yeah, sorry, they go to Spartak Cleveland on the 17th of December.
And what's Sparta's record like?
I don't know, Dave, to be perfectly honest.
Okay,
yeah.
not to worry.
I think they actually, Spartak actually won tonight. Well, actually, they didn't play. I thought they'd played earlier tonight, but they hadn't. So, yeah, so Eagles go to Spartak Cleveland on the 17th of December. That's another tough trip after a tough weekend coming up. Meanwhile, IRAKLIS go to 4-0 for the competition. And playing like that, a 28-point win on the road is very, very impressive. And they would be one of the favourites for the competition without any doubt about it. We've got a few highlights going on. Dave, while the highlights are being shown to the viewers, your final thoughts on the game? Highlights are there for all to see. I think what we need to think about is for the Eagles is 0-3 is not the start they wanted, but hopefully they've got some easier games to come. The Greek players celebrating with their fans, that's a nice thing to see. Chris Smith leading the cheering there for them. And they're all going into the centre of the court. We've got some Greek fans across here. I think this is the sponsor. They're coming across with the sponsor. The game tonight was sponsored by a Greek restaurant, Acropolis, in Newcastle. Nice to have a different sponsor for the Eagles. So, Dave, just your thoughts, your final thoughts on the game?
Well, I thought that was an excellent example of teamwork, how teamwork can influence on defence, both ends of the floor. They started out with pressure defence, getting in passing lanes, closing everything down, not giving any Eagles any sort of looks. But to me, the biggest thing about that we learned from that is how they move the ball. All 5 players involved. One of the modern things in basketball is wide spacing, multiple cutting to combat switching defence, and I thought they did that to perfection.
And I think we knew it was going to be a tough task for the Eagles tonight. They stuck at it well, they scored 80 points, but they just could not stop these Greeks from scoring. So it's finished here. Newcastle Eagles 80, IRAKLIS Basketball Club of Thessalonica 108. From Dave and myself, I hope you enjoyed the game. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And we will be back in the new year with another ENBL game.